What's up, guys? Letting you know here and welcome back to Chemically Bonded. Okay, so we last started off on June 17th. Let's hop into it. Rays of light from the afternoon sun seep through the windows across the room as the class lethargically relaxes. The school day approaches its end. All that's left is one final class, and I can't be the only one here counting down the seconds until it's over. Most were at home. However, in my case, I get to engross myself in the science club after school. It's something I look forward to, at least. Kyoko too is still more than thrilled about having me go. Despite asking yesterday, I wasn't surprised to find her more than keen to stop me before lunch. To a quick reminder. Maybe after today, she'll ease up on it. We didn't actually do any real club activities and I've only been there twice, counting our introduction. However, besides enjoying my time with Kyoko, I'm sorry to realize I'm attending for another reason. Naomi Sato, no matter how much I might like her or how well liked she is around the school, I still find it odd that anyone had an issue with Kyoko. Being the school's idol just makes the scenario even more peculiar. Kyoko doesn't want me to get into it, but I can't find myself turning my back on her. It's strange.
Hey, Natsumi, what class is next?
We have chemistry, Chitose. How could you forget? You hate it, don't you?
Don't remind me.
They're voice acting, but they don't get actual character models. Overhearing a conversation behind me, it seems as if I'm in for an interesting hour. Kyoko is probably ecstatic at the thought. That is, I think so. However, peering towards her tells me a different story. As she neatly packs away her bag to join the class in the trip to the lab, her expression remains pretty stoic, at least for someone as expressive as her. Thinking back, Kyoko did leave her experiment set up yesterday. I wonder if she'll have to set up again, now that we'll be using the lab. I'll just have to ask her. I'd be pretty pissed if I had to set it up again because of a teacher dismantling it. My legs ache as I lift myself from my chair. I should probably make my way out too, now that every else is about ready to leave. I think that's supposed to be every one. I just unplugged my laptop, so that thing popped up, guys. It was plugged in charging. I feel like every time I read a visual novel, there's always, it always seems a little, the writing's not the best sometimes. Walking out into the corridor, I'm welcomed by the sight of Kyoko, apparently waiting for me to leave the class.
Come on, we're in the lab. We can't just stay behind once it's finished.
First I was can't, but then it's like we're gonna be at the lab after school, so, and chemistry lab's class, it makes sense that we can just stay behind.
Don't you want to do the experiment?
Probably do it you will. How are we supposed to do it if we have a class work? Won't the teachers take down what you did yesterday?
It'll be fine. They let me do what I want for some reason.
Because you're probably the smallest girl in the school and it makes the school more prestigious? I don't know. I guess it's because if they don't, they might think her performance on tests will drop. She's probably one for the school on the academic map. What did I just say? Well, seriously, at school is all the more small people and the higher marks you will get, and it makes the school more prestigious. Yeah. I don't think I ever went to a really prestigious high school or even elementary school, but I don't really know if elementary school or middle school is all that kind of prestigious. Maybe high schools are. But it depends on what school you go to.
Now, let's go.
Kyoko turns and walks ahead. trailing behind the rest of the class, making their way to the science lab. I swiftly followed behind, watching her arms sway to and fro as she poodles her way beside me. Us now headed to class together. Poodles. I have never heard that word in my life. I don't remember that when I played through this, but I was when the game first came out, so yeah. We enter the lab, and instinctively I attempt to make my way to the back of the class. I'm out stopped by Kyoko.
Hey!
Kyoko pulls against my sleeve, almost dragging me to the chair beside her right at the front of the class. Makes sense, kind of like only friends in this class now. Her actions don't go unheeded, as a few glances trace their way towards us. Again, giving Kyoko's a status around here, I'd be just as surprised if she saw any other classmate. Just so, luckily enough, it just had to be me.
I don't like science.
What? Then why'd you create the science club? Unexpectedly, she bellows out to me.
No, not science. Science, the class.
Sounds like science class, but it's just science in general.
Why would I like it when all they teach is kid stuff? Do I look like a kid to you?
Well, when I in high school, my teacher showed us making a fireball from your hand, like, you know, your hand in the fire. That's pretty cool, but we never really did. Like, this weird, high school we have beakers, and we have actual rooms that look like science labs, but we never really got to do anything like that. I mean, she is completely shorter than me, and her face is pretty childlike, and that's not considered well. No, you know, I shouldn't go into it. However, her apathy for the subject isn't too surprising. Think about it, as school's most intelligent student, I guess that being stuck behind everyone else isn't fun. But maybe you have to do that in science if you were in the science club at my school. I don't know, no one thought I was joining this anime, and I went to one even though I wasn't a student there anymore. It's literally just watching anime. And I guess one guy had a Crunchyroll account, and he just saw your tiny email. I'm like, this is so bad. Watched it, I'm like, oh, I'm not even interested in this science. It was such a boring anime. And also, like, they watched 2 hours of anime, so you're there from like 2 to 4. Or 2 to 3, like an hour of anime. You watch 2, 4, maybe 3 episodes of anime, that's the class. That's all the fun was. And why Crunchyroll? You're paying? Premium? If she feels this way about high school chemistry, maybe she feels the same way with the other subject. But then back then I didn't really use like the site I use now. The sites I use now as good as the sites I use, not as good as the sites I use now. Maybe the science is the only place where she can enjoy herself. The lesson slowly continues, with Kyoko not sparing time to give her opinion on the class.
Why are we using cheap plastic pipettes? These should have volumetric ones.
Maybe the school's on a budget? I'm not too good with the whole science thing. I like science, not good at it.
Why are we using paper pH indicators? It's not even accurate.
Don't ask me. Oh, he's doing it, just talk.
Why can't we use the Bunsen burners? What's the point of buying them if we can't even use them?
Make it more like a science lab? I don't know if we ever use all Bunsen burners that we had. I know we had a dissect a rat and a frog. One of my cousins decided to dissect a frog because he was in grade 10. I told him he could tell biology, he could dissect a rat. She sure does have a thing against this class, it seems. Soon enough, however, Kyoko's dreams come true as the class finishes with us writing down our results for the experiment that we did together. Still, despite not enjoying it, Kyoko's work is as detailed and as neat as I imagined. If she's this into something she hates, then the clever teacher should be interesting. Hanging around, the two of us remain at the front of the class as people let us filter out towards and through the door. Quickly, we find ourselves alone again in what is now the science club.
I'm glad that's over.
But I thought you liked science.
But that's basic stuff. It's like asking if you like cake and only giving a spoonful.
Not the biggest fan of cake.
And it's not even chocolate or strawberry. It's just plain cake. How could anyone call that good?
I prefer cheesecake. I'm not sure I entirely relate with her analogy, but I see how she'd find it frustrating. It's weird to think that I could probably ask her something and she'd give me the presumably correct answer. When did the Heian period start?
794.
I trust that she's right. I don't know the answer off the top of my head, but it's believable enough. Anyway, we should probably start with this experiment. It's a phrase I didn't think I'd find myself saying, but the reaction on Kyoko's face is more than enough to prove it was the right thing.
Right.
I really like her voice. I would not have forced, but it grew on me. Kyoko trots across the room to retrieve the delicate instruction set aside by our teacher. I should probably help her out. It looks a bit too big for her to carry by herself. Let me give you a hand. I take hold of the clam stand, which had previously found itself balanced on a flask tucked into Kyoko's stomach. She's probably used to haphazardly handling the equipment, but I don't want to take the risk of any accident.
Thank you.
Carrying the mess of apparatus to near my desk, I leave Kyoko to finish arranging the setup and I stand back in awe. It's this sort of ambition I've been looking forward to seeing. How she delicately places each test tube in an appropriate rack, tracing each inch of the desk with her eyes to ensure everything's right. It's fascinating to think someone could be so engrossed in this, but she is.
There. Done.
Proudly standing before her creation, Kyoko puffs out her chest with pride, taking a step back to look at the work of art before her. So, what now?
Now's when the fun starts. We can finish from where we left off.
Reaching into her pocket, Kyoko pulls out a small, unmarked glass bottle, smiling at her own reflection as the sunlight meets it. Are you sure it's safe? You aren't wearing any goggles either. I might not be the scientist, but I do have a sense of safety. Without any heat, Kyoko reaches her arm out towards the setup before her.
Don't worry, it will be fine. No, where were we?
In an instant, the sound of breaking glass reaches my ears, shortly followed by a puff of smoke filling the space around me. My body jorts back away from the scene before I realize Kyoko's still standing there. Are you alright? Kyoko emerged from the cloud, walking around the smoke with her arms.
I'm fine. That wasn't supposed to happen.
You're not hurt, are you? The smoke clears, giving more definition to the expression of woe coating the face before me.
No, but look.
As I follow her gaze downward, a pink stain stands out against the blue and white of her attire. Whatever shouted must have splashed her.
I can't go home like this.
She looks like she's ready to burst into tears. You don't have a spare change of clothes, do you? We didn't have gym class today, so I guess she's stuck as she is. Kyoko doesn't respond, causing me to look towards her, now tucking away into her school bag. Don't tell me.
Ta-da! You thought I wasn't prepared, didn't you?
Holding up a pink short before me, complete with a little image of an atom drawn on top, Kyoko smiles as she nods towards the door.
I need to get changed.
Alright, sorry. Taking my cue, I turn around and head out into the corridor, leaving Kyoko to change out of her school clothes. It's still kind of odd that she had casual clothes laying around in her bag. First it was soda, and now this. She sure is full of surprises. I know what's coming next, and I really don't want to, censor it. So I'm just gonna stop it here since I'm pretty sure I know what happens now. So I'm gonna stop it here, guys. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to go down there, click that like button. Also, if you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button, join the party option, and then I'll see you guys all in that here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.